Hello friends, myself Jayashri Teli welcomes you in our virtual video class of TYBA English for Communication. Friends, hope all of you are happy and safe. And in last video we discussed we completed our discussion on a short story named The Lighthouse Keeper of Aspinwall. Very interesting story it is. Now let's turn towards module number 6. In module number 6A we have to study note making and note taking. Very simple communication skill. Note making and note taking, these are two different skills, but these two are related with each other. They are not totally different, but they are different. They are not one also. So, from the first day of our learning, we are using these skills, yet we have to become very expert in note making and note taking. So, in our first video, here we have to discuss on the what is the difference between note making and note taking. We know note making and note taking. First, we have to learn what is the note making and then what is note taking and then what is note making and what is the difference between both of them and which important uh, thing in it. We assume that or we think that note making and note taking are the same thing, but they are different. I already said you there is slight difference between two of them. Note taking is a technique. What is note technique? Taking is a technique which we are supposed to apply while we are attending the lectures. We take the notes while or we applied the skill note taking or the technique note taking while we are attending the lectures. All of you are seeing the picture on the screen, and here you see that the college students are very seriously noting the lectures or the main points of the lectures. Means the picture says what is the meaning of note taking. Teacher gives lectures and students note the important points which were written on the blackboard or which were discussed, explained, told by the teacher. Okay. So, note taking is a technique. While the teacher is explaining something, while the teacher maybe writes the main points on the blackboard or discussing, the important points were noted by the students in his or her notebook is called as note taking. Just a minute. Here is something. Okay. Note taking. So, here we understand that here needs the person who delivers lecture is very important. If there is someone who gives lecture, if there is someone who presents is seminars, just like lecturer or a teacher or a presenter is needed in note taking, then only it is possible. So, We note text for our future use and our study. It is very helpful for exam. Okay. Now we turn towards next slide. Note making. What is mean by note making? Note making is a very independent task. It is not depends on other. It is an exercise which we do while reading or studying the subject on our own. When we study the subject or read or study on our own, then only it is possible making notes. So we may note down the keynotes in the chapters or the topics which we are reading. It is an attempt to consolidate or the understanding of the chosen subject. Means we try to understand the subject. We try to make it short for reading. We highlight, focus on the main points, and this is what note making. We make note while reading or studying on our own. Just a minute, I add some words here. Okay. Now we turn towards next slide. Here we have to some comparative material in front of you. Nature of the note making and note taking. What is difference between the note making and note taking? We have to study. The first thing is that we take notes from the lectures, seminars or the presentations. Means for taking notes we need a lecture, seminars or presentations, then only note taking is possible. On the other hand, in note making we make notes from the textbook, reference book or journals. There is no need of lectures, but there is need written materials, textbook, reference book, journals or any novels, dramas, whatever. We need something for reading and then we make notes. Then when we think about the note taker is a part of class. Means there are number of other members are available in the class, other students are there, lecturer was in front of him or the teacher is presented here, the seminar giving, the person who gives seminar or the presenter is, so there are number of the members of the part of class and he is one of them. Note taker is one of the part of class. But on the other hand, when we think about the note making, note maker is only reader. There is no other participant. He is one and the whole. So, note maker is the only one reader. There is no other members, participants or the parts of this note making. Sorry, yes. Note making procedure. So the next point is that no control speed of delivering knowledge. Means lecturer or the teacher or the presenter deliver lecture. There is no control of the note taker on the lecture. The controller is teacher, lecturer or the seminar giver or the presenter. On the other hand, when we think about the note making, we can control, note maker should control the speed of reading. Reading or where to stop, where to go ahead, going, stop or going. Both is possible for note maker. When note taking, it is two-way method of teaching learning. Note taking is a part of lecture. So lecturer is in front of us, teacher is in front of us, the seminar given is in front of us, or the guide instructor who was there. That's why note taker should raise the question for clarification. If you have any doubt, he have authority to raise question. But note maker had no direct chance for clarification because he was reading. So he have no chance for raising question. But there is no one to give the answer. Adjust with speaker. Note taker should adjust himself with speaker. There is no choice. But on the other hand, note maker access the source as her aim. As per aim. Note maker should access source as per his aim. He tried to get the reading materials. He tried to complete on it is its own. And then note in note taking we should attend without break. Student should be or the note taker should be attentive from the start to end without any break. But on the other hand, note maker can take break. It's his choice. There is no loss of taking break. But in note taking, it is a big loss. So this is what the difference between note making and note taking. Once again I am focusing on what is note taking and what is note making. Note taking from the lectures, seminars and presentations. A note taker is a part of the same class. On the other hand, note making. Note maker should make notes from the textbook, reference book, journals and other types of books. And he was only reader. There is no other participants or the part of the class or anything because he do on his own. The note making is not related with other persons. It's purely individual job. There is no control on the speed of delivering lectures or the knowledge given by the teachers, lectures or the presenters. There was no control on the speed of lecturers or the teachers or the guide or the instructor, whoever was guiding them. But when note maker had total control over the speed of reading or stopping or going ahead is possible. Note taker get a chance to raise the question for clarification, but note maker have no direct chance of raise question for clarification. Note taker must be adjust with speaker, then only it is helpful for taking notes. On the other hand, note maker access sources as per his aim. Note taker should attend the lecture or the seminar or the presentation without break from start to end. He should be attentive. On the other hand, in note making we can take break according to our own uh, our own adjustment of time or our schedule. Okay, I think all of you learn what is note taking and note making. Note taking means taking notes while giving lectures, attending lectures, and note taking is a technique. On the other hand, note making is an independent task. While we read or study on our own, it is note making and we note keynote points in chapters. Okay. I think it's sufficient for today. We stop here.